Hey, what's happening tonight? I'm testing out this different microphone. See if it never works. I'll have to wait until somebody shows up. Might take a while. Hey, am I getting anything out here? I do not know. Hey, can you hear me? Is this mic working, man? Hello. Oh, cool, cool. Does this mic sound any better than it has? Any improvement? I put an amplifier and stuff on a condenser microphone now instead of using the one from the webcam. Ah, cool. Well, that's good. I got the amp for it like 6 months ago and finally got around to hooking it up. You remind me of Pillsy the squirrel with that comment. I love Foamy the squirrel. I don't know if you've ever watched that cartoon, but it's pretty cool. Foamy preaches the truth. Can't handle my squirrely rat. New It movie coming out. Don't know if it'll be any good or not, but Pennywise is back for a second. You know, summer's winding down when they start advertising the Halloween movies and stuff. And I love fall. I just hate what comes behind it. Yeah, I was gonna go do a shell comparison tonight with the different shells that I've left. See which one's the best out of all of them that I have, more or less. But I just don't feel like it tonight. Too pissed off. Yeah, I've been stocking up on Halloween decorations. I've got more than I can ever display, but it's just kind of one of them odd things I like. So don't know why. I kind of collect Halloween decorations. The cooler, the weirder, the better. But I've always been interested in stuff like that since I was a little kid. I always went to the spook houses and the Halloween haunts and stuff like that. There's enough things as an adult that a person has to give up in life, so why give up things if it makes you happy? You don't have to grow out of it. I mean, I'm not going trick or treating, but I still enjoy the holiday. I enjoyed taking my little girl trick or treating and stuff like that. I would do her makeup and stuff. Some years better than others, but mm, sorry to hear that. I play with fire. I'm glad you're better now, though. But damn, that sucks. You know, that's something I haven't done yet is Halloween pyro. I guess that is the only thing good about the time of year. It does get dark earlier for fireworks, anyway. My 4th of July was just one gigantic monsoon, more or less. So it wasn't as bad as appendicitis, but it still kind of sucked. I had a really good shoot on my birthday, though. I enjoyed that. Kind of made up for the 4th. Got to meet another pyro and shoot with them and stuff, so it was good. My birthday this year was better than the 4th for me. Oh, there you go, man. You'll be well stocked for next year, right? In the sewers, huh? Yeah. No, I hate everything about it. Summer is my favorite time of year. It's like now that it's August and stuff like that, a lot of people still consider it summer, but to me, it's like dying time. You watch everything in July reach its zenith, and everything peaks out, and then it starts declining. Then in August, stuff starts turning brown and dying out. I don't know. It just depresses me. Yeah, it won't be long. We'll be seeing Christmas crap. Last couple of years, it's gotten chilly in August, which is unusual because before the weather got all janky, like it is now, August was the hottest month of the year here. Not anymore, though. Yeah, I'd say you probably get tired of it. But since the climate change or whatever in the hell you want to call it, we don't really have a winter here. It just gets wet, cold, and shitty. It's like a mud season now more than anything. It was actually better to have the freezing temperatures and the snow than the mud. Hey, what's up, Dark Misery? How you doing, man? Oh hell, but that was actually kind of nice. We had something like that a few years back here. and it was the 4th of July actually, and you had to wear a jacket. I was like, damn, this is weird. Normally you're sweating your ass off. It was nice. It sure as hell beat monsoon rains that we had this year. Hey, what's up, South Carolina? I'm feeling all right. I'm just really pissed off, disappointed in people and shit. It's hard to explain. It's been a great source of anxiety for me all week. Let's just say I made a deal online and I think I got taken for quite a bit of money. Oh, I bet, man. If it makes you feel any better, I took a Camaro to a golf course one New Year's Eve and tore it all to shit. Yeah, almost $500. I'm not 100% sure that I'm getting screwed over, but all the signs are pointing that way. And it's my own damn fault. I guess I'm just a gullible person. I'm just not used to people lying like that. And I should be. I really should be considering my history and shit. I don't know. I'm seriously thinking about just dropping the internet entirely. You know, like I said, I'm not 100% yet, but I've been getting a run around all fucking week long. And I'm just like, son of a bitch. I could be wrong. I hope I am. I hope they're just slow as fuck on shipping. I don't know. But it's not looking good. Yeah, something like that, man. I don't really want to go into the details, but it ain't good. Supposed to be getting shipped out all week, and today I was like, person told me definitely by 1 o'clock. Okay, and I've tried to contact them several times. I don't get any reply back, so I kind of got the feeling it's a took the money and run situation. Which both pisses me off and makes me feel stupid at the same time. So, it's a double bonus. Yes, it's very hard to find worthy people, but I go out of my way to keep my word. It's very important to me. My own personal honor is important to me, and I think that's what fucks me up because I expect it to be important to other people as well, but it's not. But I've been a nervous wreck about this shit all week. Because I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of money to me. And the worst part about it is I don't have anybody to blame but my damn self. That sucks when you can't even point the finger at somebody. I don't know. Like I said, let's just hope I'm wrong, but I've got a sneaking suspicion I'm not. In my situation, I'm basically at the person's mercy. They'll either send it or keep the cash, which is, where I fucked up in this situation, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. On to pyro. Nah, neither can I, man. See, that was also part of my plan. I was going to use this to try to flip, make a little bit of extra cash too. So it's fucked up all around now. Damn. I just noticed that the top one of them death shells there looks like it's gotten wet or something. The paper on it looks pretty rough. Yeah, I think that's my issue. I think I can do better when I'm talking to somebody face to face, but online it's easy to put up a artificial front. Let's put it that way. That or I'm just getting soft. I don't know. I've got so much shit going on in my life right now. I'm just easily taken advantage of, I guess, which just makes me feel even dumber. But this is the truth. Yeah. Hey, welcome, EG. How you doing? Yeah, it does. And I don't think people think twice about doing it either. I think some of them are actually proud of themselves to see how many people they can't fuck over. man. Yeah, time to sit back and relax. I got some Mountain Dew here. I was kind of thinking that myself. I haven't seen Mickey's in a long time. Them little green bottles look like a barrel. I remember those back in the day. My old man used to drink them. He left them in the truck one night when we was deer hunting, and he had an entire case freeze and explode. I thought he was going to cry. Yeah. I partied with a bunch of Native Americans later on that night in a gigantic teepee that slept probably like 50 people or more in this giant teepee. And we were sitting out there at 3 feet of snow by a campfire. Every time a half gallon would hit your lap, another one would hit your lap, and you'd have to pass it in a circle. That's how it went until everything went dark. I've never seen a group of guys bet as much as them natives did. I swear, they would bet on everything that was going on, which way a piece of campfire is going to burn. They're placing bets on it. I'm like, damn, guys. They were betting on which way my old man was going to fall out of his chair, but none of them won because he went to get up and fell forward into the fire. But luckily, I pulled him out before he got burnt. Yeah, yeah, no doubt, bro. I know it was like 3 o'clock in the morning out in the snow, and they're lining up for a foot race, putting bets on people that are so hammered they can barely walk. I remember my old man got so smashed bad, he would follow wherever I put the flashlight beam. And I noticed it was like a remote control car as we're walking down this trail. And I had a good buzz too. And I decided to fuck with him and just shied it over the mountain, and there he went. He made that same noise that Goofy makes when he falls over a mountain. Ooh, I don't drink any kind of beer myself. I just like to smoke a little bit of herb. That's my thing. I see too much trouble alcohol and stuff causes around, me locally and shit. Turn me against it. I mean, to each their own. But it's just not for me. I get too obnoxious when I get drunk. So it's best not to do it. That and I'm getting too old for them. Hey, check this shit out. Moments. Damn. So how come you guys ain't out shooting tonight? Just taking it easy and winding down. Yep, that's what I try to do, man. Sometimes that's harder to accomplish than you think. You think being left alone would be pretty damn easy, but no. I hooked up my new microphone and hooked an amplifier and stuff to it. Yeah, I hope everywhere does, man. It's not right for one American to have more freedom than the next. What's legal for one should be legal for all. I've actually had this microphone and amplifier now for God knows about a year. I just got around to hooking it up. All right, South Carolina, man. Appreciate you stopping by, shooting the shit with us for a little bit. Be careful out there, man. My shoot site's out of the way, so I don't really have to worry about bothering too many people. But I noticed my last boom session, I was going a little heavy with the Predator rockets and shit like that. And the cops were sitting at the end of the road when I left that night. They followed me all the way home, so I think they might have been there waiting for me. It's probably good that I stopped when I did. But I got people all over the valley that are close to the houses that I can see way out in the distance, about a mile and a half, 2 miles away. I've got people down there letting off fireworks now. So when I start shooting my stuff, they pull their stuff out and start firing back now. And I'm like, hell yeah. But I've seen, oh God, Facebook posts from people that live in that neighborhood down there bitching about the fireworks year round. Oh, it's unrestricted fireworks are legal here. But they know that them big boomer rockets and shit aren't legal because some of that shit you could hear for miles in the mountains, man. Hell, my brother said after the cops followed me home, the people that were letting off fireworks down in the valley, they kept going till after midnight. I was gonna go out and shoot some tonight, but I just couldn't get in a good mood to do it. Just too agitated. Shit's really got anxiety and stuff is really bothering me. I normally don't have a problem with anxiety, but my heart's been beating fast and I just feel all anxious and antsy and shit. It's from stress of getting screwed over. It sounds silly, but it's actually affected me. I usually don't let off anything past 10:30. 10:30 is about my cutoff point on the weekend, And on during the work week, I don't let off anything at all at night. I mean, I don't see how I could get any more respectable than that, you know? What's up, Northwest? Bad mood, that, and I'm also out of weed. I usually don't like to shoot fireworks unless I got some weed. Kind of goes hand in hand. I tell you, man, if I really start taking some Valium for this shit, it's got me that perturbed. Oh, the police station's literally at the end of my block here. I can see it when I open my front door. But my shoot site's about 15 miles from here out to the. We own all the property there for like 100 acres, so ain't too many people that can bitch about it. And if they do, we don't really care anyway. That's the whole benefit of living in the middle of no fucking where, is being able to do what the hell you want. That's kind of the point. Yeah, I saw that show, man. It looked like it'd be pretty brutal, dude. You haven't hit the 600 yet. I was talking the other night about trying to set up like a pyro spotlight thing, like maybe have a giveaway contest and have a different pyro, each week. One of them sub to enter kind of things. Sometimes it can benefit, sometimes it's a wash. It's really, you don't know. Shit, my subscriber count's sliding backwards with the quickness myself. I guess I'm just not exciting enough for people. You know how many subs I gained for the month of July? One. That's bad. Or that's what fucking YouTube says anyway in the analytics. For the last 2 weeks, I've been losing several a day instead of gaining. I don't know what's going on with that. Probably just their bullshit algorithm crap. I really don't care, but when you look at the graph, it's like, damn, what did I say? you know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't do a lot of lives, man. Most of my videos are pretty short. I mean, I've never really been that concerned with the whole gaining the sub thing anyway. It's just when you see it going backwards like that, you're like, damn, what the hell? I try to do maybe one or two pyro videos a week. Like I said, I got to drive to my shoot site and everything like that. So it's not something I do on a daily basis. And get old if you did anyway. See, I'm flying here. Well, you never know, man. I mean, for the most part, my YouTube experience has been pretty positive. All right, EJ, man. Go out there and do a little hit and run pyro. I hear you. Nice. If I do go shoot tomorrow, I'm gonna do a little boom can comparison between the ones that I've got. You know, there's a new It movie coming out too, part two to Pennywise. I seen a trailer for it the other day. Maybe. I mean, it does happen. Not as much as it used to, though. I like the book when it come to it better than either one of the movies. Or it goes into a lot more explanation on what's going on. I kind of miss the old days of going and having to hit and run and worry about, get all paranoid and shit about the cops showing up. But hell, we're still paranoid about the cops showing up, even though the fireworks are legal. My little brother, he can't help it. I start letting off the big stuff, he starts getting all nervous and shit. I don't know why. I mean, I haven't shot him at him too many times, but he always thinks they're going to show up and give us a ticket or something. I'm like, man, calm down. The shit's legal. He ends up making me paranoid. See, I got some it cans, and that's been burnt salt on the recall, so it don't really matter if I show the box or not. I got y'all guys know that. I'm gonna shoot those and probably some uh, peanut salute shells I have. That's the double troubles with the color and the salute. They were on that list too. It's a shame because they're really nice. I hope they come back as something else. I got the gold cans. Shit. I got some black cans, but I got one whole set and I can't let them off because I'm keeping those. And I want to got some gray cans and a couple other little odds and ends. I'm gonna try to set up a little shootout tomorrow night, maybe. It depends if I can find any smoke and calm down a little bit and be able to enjoy myself. No, these are peanut shells. Hold on a second, I can show you. Like I said, they're on the recall list, so it's not like I'll be exposing anything. You guys know what those are. Got those. Oh shit! Yeah, hold on. I gotta hoist this box up here. Well, POT, there's a lot of code that we have to use for some of this stuff, so we always talk about the color and everything of the can, more or less, so we don't give away the names. The more names we put out, the quicker it gets pulled off the shelf. So people that are cautious of that kind of thing try, you know, loose lip sink ship kind of thing. These peanut shells now. These are good. And I will be demoing soon, so you guys will see it. It's just like a preview. We'll find out here shortly. The red version. You talking about these Northwest? Because these hit hard as hell right here. These are brutal. This is actually a heavy little shell right here. These are fucking brutal. Not sure what that guy's from, but that looks fake the way that's got that ridge running around the top of it, doesn't it? Can't tell under this light, but this one's got a real heavy lacquer on it too, so I don't know if it's fake or not. Looks like a fake shell. Might have to put a knife to it and find out. Yeah, a lot of these ball shells, I have no idea what they come out of. So they'll be an experience. No, those are real. They just have a seam. That or the lacquer makes the fake shell tough enough to feel real. But I haven't really seen them go through the trouble of lacquering fake shells for you guys. I've also got some of these things, man, that I could add to a giveaway. Northwest or whoever wants to do one. They're hell, they're like party popper streamer cannon kind of things that shoot streamers out. Now I could send these anywhere because they're not, there's no pyro involved with these. It's just either like air pressure or a spring or something. But I've got about 10 of those. Instead of saying the assorted here, oh, boom. Oh, you see the snowballs on the side. That's your indicator. I've probably seen them pyro well. I've seen that, well, that pretty much that Dragon artillery box all my life that I can remember more or less. I can remember those shells being for sale when I was like little kid. Or finding the remnants of the boxes. So I even kept the the empty husk I would find as a kid and collect those, man. Before I could have my own fireworks. Dragon had a brand of not artillery, but cakes too, didn't it? Or they might still. But I know back in the day, I've seen that dragon logo on a lot of different cakes and fountain type things and shit. Kind of wish I'd have kept them now. Be right back. What's up, KJS Insano? How you doing, bro? Oh shit. KV had some black salute shells, man. It had like a black dragon and a red dragon. 5-inch dark salutes, he called them. Those things left a fleck cloud in the sky like fucking World War II anti-aircraft fire. They're sweet. I definitely want some of those. Hey, cozy, comfortable. How you doing? Cozy, she does poetry. I guess you can guess from the name, and she has the most relaxing voice. It's actually pretty cool. Yep, you save any lizards, bugs, turtles, or kitties lately? Yeah, I could use a little de-stress myself right now. I'm just kind of pissed off at the human race. It just boggles my mind how people treat other people sometimes. It's like, good God, what is wrong with you? But you know how people are. But those were some really sweet daytime shells, though. Really nice. I'm kind of hooked on them Predator rockets myself, Dal. I really like the hell out of those. Nice. Now, how is that pyro? You're allowed to make your own stuff legally, right? Thanks for stopping by, Pyro Pete. Appreciate it. Well, I'm not 100% sure yet, KJS, but I think I got ripped off on a deal for about $500. So yeah, I don't want to say yet until I will know 100%, but I have a feeling that I've gotten ripped off. Let's just say all the signs are pointing that way. Yeah, I know. But if you send friends and family, it don't matter anyway. I can't really get into details about it. Said I hope my hunch is incorrect. Hey, Mother Nature, how you doing? It's my own fault for taking people at their word, not really expecting people to be so surreptitious. I don't even know if that's a word, but yeah, it's my own fault for being gullible. I'm doing all right, just a little ticked off. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think I've been taken for about $500 on a deal. But that just upsets me to even think about it, so I'm trying not to. But yeah, that was the issue why I posted that. I was going to go out and shoot some fireworks and stuff tonight, but just not in the mood after that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not really that funny to me right now. Probably mostly because I'm out of weed. But basically, what I was asking Pyro Al, can you get in trouble for showing like homemade firecrackers and shit like that? I'll definitely check it out, Mother Nature. Believe me, I could always use a laugh. Sometimes when I'm really angry, I watch Cozy Comfortable's poetry because it relaxes me, helps me chill for a minute. So I try to take the benefits from you guys' videos as much as I possibly can. Yeah, well, it hurts me in every way possible, really, because it's a lot of money for me to lose. But it's just the fact that people can talk and lie to you so cleanly, it's like you're not even missing a beat on this shit. I couldn't do that to another person myself, and it just disturbs me that some people can. Oh, thank you, Mother Nature. I appreciate it. Yeah, they are. I'm hoping I may be wrong, and they're just assing around and making excuses because they haven't got around to shipping yet. Maybe that's it, you know. But my spidey senses are kind of tingling on, and it keeps telling me in the back of my head, "You got fucked, you got fucked, you got fucked," and that's uh, that's where the anxiety issues coming up. Indeed, it can be. Ah, no, it's not. But here's to hoping that karma turns around and takes a big bite out of their ass. I want to cash in my karma points now and rain down thunder and destruction on these people. It'd be nice if it worked that way, wouldn't it? I hope it does. I really do, Cozy, because sometimes it seems to me like the worst people fall in shit and come out smelling like a rose every time. And it's like, how does that happen? Because you're such a horrible individual. I'm like, why does shit always come up sunny side up for these people? But I don't know. And I feel bad for thinking that way. No, that's the same thing as stealing if you don't keep your side of a deal. If you make an agreement, the other person keeps their end, by paying for it, then you should keep your obligation. If I sold somebody something, I don't care if I got to hitchhike it to them, they will get it. Silver salute. My dirty fingernails. This is pretty loud. Yeah, man. Enjoy for sure. There's no joy to be found here right now. Oh, it ain't loud. Yeah, I think I have more than enough people in this room right now to vouch for me. When I give my word on something, I keep it. Well, let's see if that's not loud enough for you. One of these might do it. Or one of these. Yeah, it's Friday here. Well, actually, it just turned Saturday by 3 minutes. It's 12:03. Oh, you gotta watch that, man. They come out of there with some force. I've been hit by a few myself, especially by them cheap little firecrackers that have the little plastic caps in the end. I've been hit right in the eye with one of those before. I was glad it wasn't very powerful at that point. Yep. Well, I'm glad you are, Northwest. I'm pissed off and out of weed, so. But it helps to laugh about it, talk about it with you guys, I guess. It does. I'll tell you what would be a little bit crazy for me, Mother Nature, when I'd be out in California standing in the grass underneath a tree, in the sunshine, and call home and there's a foot of snow on the ground and it's already dark. And I'm like, that's a trip. I just didn't care for Southern California that much. Northern California reminded me of home, except drier. I liked it there, but I didn't really find anywhere in Southern California I cared much for. Too much dirt. Just you can taste it in the air. It's just like dust and stuff stays airborne all the time. That and I'm from a place that's heavily forested and there's trees everywhere and stuff. Out there the air is just a lot thinner to me. It takes about a week or two to adjust to the air. I mean, I never spent enough time to pass judgment on the place. I just mean aesthetically and stuff. I was just like, yeah. Colorado, yeah, Colorado. That was the only place I got an inspection on me instead of my truck. I come through a scale in Colorado, and they're like, "Have you had your DOT inspection?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's right there on the windshield." And they're like, "No, you." They took me inside the scale, gave me a drug test, checked my eyesight, gave me a physical and everything. I was like, "Damn!" All I want to do is go across the scale. I had a dedicated run to California once a week. I'd go out to the city of industry and drop off furniture. And then I would pick up produce from different places all over California and Arizona. Bottle tea. Yeah. Hey, I collect old bottles too. Hold on a second, Northwest. I'll go get the newest one I found. I'll let you see it. Ow! Damn it. Sharp piece of metal. Hmm. Well, you can't really see, can you? Let's see. What's it say? It says Stanford's Inks, 1 quart, and library paste. AND library paste. That's what it says, which is kind of a strange way to say and library paste. But it's even got the metal lid on the end of it. Looks like it's been drilled out. You know, it could have been used as an IV or something. Who knows? But it's in good shape. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. Mountain Dew just didn't do much for me. Yeah, somewhere around in there. Hey, that's all that matters, man. Being home's worth it. Really? Is that all? I figured it'd be worth more than that. Cheers, Brother Nature. I hope you enjoy. Does my mic sound any better tonight? Because I actually bought a condenser microphone, and then I realized I had to buy an amplifier for the microphone, and then I bought the amplifier. And I've had it sitting over here in a box for like 6 months, but I finally plugged it up. Yeah, this is true. I have an 1861 Confederate penny, and it's actually a Laszlo restrike. I got really disappointed about that because if it was a real deal penny, it's worth over $1 million for this particular penny. But what happened is when Sherman was doing his march into the South, as they come up on the armory, I think it might have been Virginia. I'm not sure if it was Virginia or Georgia. But one of the armories before they got there, the people that were running it broke all the coin molds and stuff like that. You know, or tried to distance themselves as far as they could from the Confederacy. Confederacy, since their reckoning was on the way and all. And in the 1960s, somebody by the name Laszlo had put that die back together and made about 30 or 40 coins out of it before it finally broke again. You know, was irretrievable or unfixable. And I have one of those restrike coins. And even though it's a restrike and it's a copy, it's still worth about 3 grand. Yeah, people like what they like, right? You don't have to justify it. If it makes you happy, that's all that matters. Yeah, the cobalt blue glass is pretty. A lot of people here put those up on their windows and stuff to let the light catch them and shit. Well, older people do. Oh God, I've piles of them, man. Said here in West Virginia, there's railroads crisscrossing everywhere, and a lot of abandoned tracks too. A lot of current, today tracks, insulators, or you might have to come here and dig sometime. I think you'd be amazed on what you could find. I'm not trying to justify. I just don't understand. Get what I mean? I hope you like that one. Okay. Kind of confused me a little bit there. Ah, rock hounds. Yes, my daughter went through the same stage. And I realized this as I was moving from the house to the house that we live in now, and I was like, good God, she had more stuff in her room. Now, granted, her room is used than we did the rest of the house. And as I'm carrying these boxes, I'm like, good God, these damn things are like they're full of rocks, and that's because they were full of rocks. And I should have known that because I bought all those expensive rocks over the years. Mrs. Susan, remember, I am out of weed. I'd have probably caught that if I was in the right frame of mind. Yeah, me and my daughter was reminiscing about that in June when we went back to Cedar Point, the amusement park in Sandusky, Ohio. It's like the roller coaster capital of the world and all that good shit. But they have a geology store there, and it hasn't changed a bit since the last time that me and my daughter was in it when she was little. And it really took us back just walking around that log cabin full of rocks, and she's reminiscing of this and that, and I was reminiscing too. But I kept thinking about, oh my God, you just have any idea how much money I spent here when you were little? Because if you're a rock hound, you have a lot more interesting geology in your part of the country than we do here in West Virginia. Because most of the rock here is sedimentary, and there's just not a lot of interesting sedimentary rock. So a lot of the specimens and stuff that we got for her, we had to buy, and I spent a fortune on that shit. Yeah, a lot more igneous metamorphic rocks and stuff, a lot of igneous rocks, a lot more interesting crystals, shit like that you can find out that way in gems. Here, all you find is shale and mud, maybe some coal. Yeah, it is. I was standing on the beach one time and I had what I thought was an ice cube from somebody's cooler washed up on my foot and just landed there, right? And I picked it up and I realized it wasn't ice. It was a piece of quartz that had been rounded off by the ocean action and everything. It has a speck of gold right in the middle of this piece of quartz. Like, that's cool that that actually landed on my foot. I've kept it all these years. I am going to come to Oregon sometime, man. Go out there and shoot some pyro with you guys. Eventually. That's kind of the trip you got to prepare for just a little bit. Damn, I was trying to find this spear point that I have here. There's like a 10,000-year-old spear point on my desk that's made out of it's like a coffee cream color type of flint. It's really cool. And this is in like a Christmas tree kind of pattern spear point. It's from the Younger Dryas period. I've been through all those states and stuff, but I never really had a chance to check stuff out. I was always just passing through, working. I did stop at a lot of fireworks stores and stuff across the country, anywhere I could park a truck at. A lot of reservations and stuff like that. But I learned pretty quick that they might have some cool stuff at the reservations, but you're not going to be able to afford it. It's actually kind of depressing. When I was at a lot of them native reservations, they reminded me of home because the people, and this is, I'm not trying to be racist thing, it's just the fact these places were rough. Most of the people looked like they were either drinking or on something or trying to sell something. And convenience store, it was like our little convenience stores out here in the country, where a soda is going to cost you $3. And I'm like, oh, that places like this really help. I know, man. It just ticked me off at the little store taking advantage of people because it's like that here out in the country. You'll pay more to go to this crappy little store and buy these expired products and shit because they know you don't want to drive an hour. Houses are all propped up on cinder blocks, falling apart. Shit. I'm like, damn, these people are still getting the shitty end of the stick. It is. It really is. Hey, KB, what's happening, bro? That's going through some shells and stuff here that I'm going to take out and demo here pretty soon. Got some of the ones you gave me here on the table. I don't really remember what them gold ones do, KB. I do remember they're pretty good though, aren't they? What are those things? Are they the bling bang or those color shells or are those boob shells? I can't remember. He's the one that gave them to me, is why I'm asking him. KV was actually cool enough to come up and spend my birthday with me. He brought me some best gift you can give a pyro. He brought me some fireworks. And that was very cool of you, man. Now, well, if you want to know what we're talking about, just ask and I'll be glad to explain it. If it's something we can talk about. If we start talking in code like color, if we say like a blue can or a black can or something like that, that means it's a black market item and we can't say its name because we don't want the government to know the name so they can pull it off the shelf. And that's why we kind of talk in circles. I hope you had a good time, KB. Sometimes I couldn't tell. You're kind of a quiet guy. Well, you know what a shell is, don't you, Mother Nature? These are a shell. And see how they're cylinder shaped? And they've got the fuse that comes up the side here. Well, you take one of these and you put them in a tube, and then you light the fuse, and it shoots out the tube and goes up in the sky, and blows up into a different effect. That's why all these have top on it, because that's the end that needs to be facing out. And you wouldn't believe how many stupid people load them in there backwards, which is really, really dangerous. Yeah, I don't get into the conspiracy crap. Those are called a canister shell or artillery shells, or some people will call them mortar, but that would be an incorrect term. The mortar is actually what you call the hollow tube that you launch them out of. This is what's called the mortar. And then the other things are called the shell. Here I have some pink ones, Mother. You like those? See, these are pink flamingo shells. A little arrow pointing up. Just drop it down in the tube. The fuse sticks out the end, like the fuse, and make sure you don't have anything, covering where that's going to come out, because they call it shell reason. It's going to leave that just like a bullet out of a gun. Yep. Well, yeah. You got to cut us a little bit of slack, Mother Nature. We're not really used to too many females hanging out here. At least we're respectful, though. I know Cozy Comfort, she shows up sometimes to visit. And I was like, I have to ask. She's got this really classy poetry channel, right? And I'm like, why do you want to come out, and listen to a hillbilly talk? I mean, I'm glad you do. Don't get me wrong. It's just kind of a conflicting nature, And she was telling me that she grew up in the mountains of Georgia or something, and would beat rattlesnakes with a stick and sell the skins. I'm like, oh, okay. How did you get in literature and stuff? And come to find out, I think her mother and father were literature teachers. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's cool. I like hearing about other people's stories and stuff. She is a very nice person, very kind heart. Sometimes you can just tell that about a person. You know, I'm a little bit more comfortable now talking on this thing. Mother Nature was around when I first started, and she she remembers how it was when I first started on here. Talking to myself is still kind of strange. Oh, I would recommend everybody check out her channel. I mean, her stuff is really comforting, if you like poetry or not. Yeah, you're just a big tomboy, Mother Nature. I could tell that. That's cool. Hey, I took a lot of your lessons to heart, trying to be a more positive person. I fail at it miserably, but I do try from time to time. Some people are just pessimistic, and I think that's me. Of course, as soon as I start being optimistic, something usually kicks me in the teeth, and then I become pessimistic again. That's good. You should have heard the story the other night when I was at a party and this guy beat his own ass, beat himself up, punching himself in the face. The next day, his arms broke, his eyes were swollen shut, and he asked me, "Why? What did I do for y'all to beat my ass? I know I must have done something." I'm like, "We didn't touch you, dude. You beat your own ass." Do you know how hard it is to get somebody to believe that they beat their own ass when they're blackout drunk and don't remember it? It's impossible. Mm, I don't know if it's as much training my brain as my life experiences, actually. I think my last name is Bundy, Al Bundy, the Bundy curse. And that seems to be the way of things. But I've learned how to handle, a lot of interesting situations and stuff because of that. But my God, trial by fire gets old after a while. That's me. I got the Al Bundy look. And big, mean, nasty women seem to give me a hard time too. These are one of the worst rockets on the planet. I bought a case of these years ago, and these things are still around. That is all. I noticed that. I wasn't going to ask and stuff, but I noticed you haven't been on as much as you was. Hope everything's all right. I was looking at the computer that you had built. I was like, damn it, I wish you'd have had me do that. That looks cool, but I could have made it a lot cooler. They're a little bit larger. I mean, I bought a case of them because I was going to use them as gondola motors. I was making my own gondolas, but they wasn't even good for that. They burn out too quick. Hell, I'd probably send them to you. They suck so bad they probably classify as safe and sane. And I still got, oh hell, the wrapper got ripped. You know what these bad boys are? They function. They're just, go up. They don't really have a scattering bee effect, like a swarm of lit bees. They're just more or less like a golden pop. That's pretty much it. I mean, you could load them with an M80 and then they're not that bad. These are from way back in the day. Back when they actually made a good firecracker. These take me back. I used to have these in my pocket, this pattern of the red and blue, just something a pyro never forgets. They have a different smell too. And I got some Mojave Thunder. These are the most expensive firecrackers at the most expensive firecracker store in the country at Prison Fireworks in Ohio. That place is insane. You should make a trip there just to laugh or cry. I've never seen prices that high. Damn. I'm sorry to hear about your dog. I know how much that can break your person's heart. Believe me. I love my animals. My little wiener dog, she's gotten so old that I have to lift her on and off the couch about 120 times a day because of her bad back. And it gets aggravating, but as long as she's still kicking, it's just how she hurts her back is the thing that pisses me off. She throws her back out by humping things. That dog will hump the shit out of a stuffed animal and throw her back out. And then she can't hardly walk and cry for a week. And I'm like, how do you stop her from humping shit? I don't know. Yep. Oh, 8 years? That's still pretty young. That sucks. Yeah, my Tigger Bear, Mr. Tigger Bear, he's my 30-pound tabby cat. Now, he's my baby. I hand raised him from a bottle, and he's as loyal as any dog. He's He'll come at you when he hears you get home, and he makes this cooing noise like a pigeon. He'll jump up on you and he'll start nuzzling from side to side, and he's just way different than a cat, normally acts. A lot sweeter. No, and it's a female dog too. And I'm like, she'll be fine and she'll be walking normal and she'll be, you can tell she's not in that much pain. And then she'll start humping the hell out of a stuffed animal. And I took the stuffed animals away and she started doing it to the blanket. I'm like, damn it. I don't know what you do with an over 16-year-old wiener dog. Damn, that does suck. Yeah, my cat broke a blood vessel in his ear from scratching his ear. With he just clawed it the wrong way, and it caused his whole ear to swell up. And I took him to the vet, and they told me that they'd have to do reconstructive surgery on his ear, and it would be like $500. And I'm like, was it going to hurt him? Does it cause any pain? And they're like, no, his ear's just going to look weird from now on. And I'm like, well, that's fine with me, but it still cost me like $150. I know what you're saying. These firecrackers are pretty interesting. They actually have the Safe and Sane logo on them, so that's pretty cool. You won't see a Safe and Sane logo on many packs of firecrackers. Let's see. You guys remember these? The booby traps? You can tie them to either side of a door, and when somebody opens it, boom. I used to keep my little brother out of my stuff with these, and my parents. No, they're real firecrackers. I've got several packs of them. They're lady fingers. I mean, they're smaller firecrackers, but they're real firecrackers. It's hard to really get it to come out on film with the light. This bag's full of powder. Bummer. Yeah, mine has that little belly pouch that hangs underneath under the gut. Like the second belly. I call that his pocket where he keeps his cat dimes. Cat dimes is a whole other thing I'd have to explain, but cool, man. What, the boomers there? Them little firecrackers? Or the it's? I was going to have a shell shootout tonight, man, but I ended up getting all pissed off and stuff. Kind of got taken for some money, man. I'm not dealing with it well, or at least I think I'm. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm hoping I'm just being paranoid. Yeah, I did get something else that's pretty cool. I got some black cat banners. These big 3 foot by 5 foot, like the pyro demon one that I gave you, Georgia, except the black cat style. Oh no, well, there's a whole song that goes with it and everything. I don't want to go through all that, but yeah, cat times. That's what they buy their cat toys and stuff with. But they carry it in their secret little cat pocket. And it's just a whole little silly story. Yeah, problem with it is it's a chick that done it, man. I'm not for sure yet. Could just be like I said, could just be assing around on doing the shipping. I don't know, but I know when somebody's giving me a bullshit excuse, you know. Normally I do go blow stuff up to feel better, but the whole combination of no weed and being pissed off, you know. Nah, not by me. A guy my size kill a chick. Badass firecrackers. Pyro demon. These are pretty good. They're not bad firecrackers for a new firecracker. I don't even remember what this is, so this will be a surprise. I got like 2 or 3 of these laying around. Pyro demon is good stuff, man. We got one of these bad boys. Some of these guys. I love these Roman candles. These things hit hard for a Roman candle. But I'll tell you what, Mother Nature, I'll put up some videos tomorrow night, but I can't light anything here where I live because I live in town. I have to drive to my shoot site out in the country because fireworks are legal here, but I do that so I don't have to hear people complain about me, making their dogs run away or there could be veterans or something that has post traumatic stress disorder or something. So I don't want to set anybody off on that shit. So I try to drive out in the country. What's up, Jay the Pyro? How's it going over? Oh, JJ, he won last week's giveaway. Congratulations, by the way. Well, some of them boom cans will really piss a dog off. I could see it making one run away. I could, so I don't do it. Plus, there's also the factor that I don't want the neighborhood to know what I got in this room. Oh, they do. It started in March here. I saw the first firework thing on the news, the local news, talking about how where West Virginia's firework law is unlimited, as far as holiday and time restrictions and such. And people were complaining about it, and HKH shells. Oh shit! I'm trying to remember what that. You got a color for me? I can't remember that abbreviation. There's too many shells. Cool. No, nope. I don't have any of those. I do have some of the double troubles though. I like those. They have a color peony and then they have a boom, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, George, I didn't think it really mattered to show this stuff since it's on the recall and stuff now. The it cans and the black box and all that shit's not letting anything out of the bag there because it's been burnt. But let's see. Tomorrow, if everything goes correctly, and I can find some weed. Yeah, man. Actually, KV gave me those for my birthday. He gave me a whole box of them. Like, hell yeah, man. He hooked me up. I gotta say, he really did hook me up. See, these are called Mother Nature. Here's another power lesson. These are called. You see how it's got two balls in it? One at the bottom, one's at the top. One of these goes off and makes like a color burst, and then the other is just like one of them really loud booms that shake the ground. I'm in West Virginia. They passed medical cannabis here in 2016, and it was supposed to go for sale on my birthday this year, July 19th. And they said that it was going to be another 2 or 3 years for them to get it worked out. It's already been, since 2016. And I have a autoimmune disorder that causes my joints, my immune system attacks my joints in my body, and it causes them to swell, and it hurts really bad. And eventually, that will start doing the same thing to a person's internal organs. So it's a terminal condition, which really sucks. But that's what I like weed anyway, I ain't gonna lie, but I also use it as treatment because when you're dealing with chronic pain, it's 50% mental and it's 50% physical because if you can't keep your mind strong, you'll just end up losing and acting like a wild animal. But, I mean, it's no excuse. I'd still be smoking weed, but I do use it for treatment. That's what I use. I use Vapor and stuff like that. Live resins if I can find it, or concentrates. I just got this pen the other day in the mail. I like it. Called Low Key, like a key fob. You just got a switchblade action there. Cart goes on top, and you can close it back up and put it in there. That way, it kind of protects the cartridge in your pocket because it goes in that little groove there. I like how it's got the charger USB built in. Yeah, it's got like the different 3 different voltage modes and stuff. It's pretty cool. But my favorite one is my E-Leaf Mini here. Now this is my favorite one for cartridges and shit because you can go through a whole gram cartridge on this and still have probably 50% voltage. Plus, it's got a readout on it that shows you like a hit counter. I wouldn't think that mattered, but I found it. I use that quite a bit because there's some cartridges you only want a second, 2 second, anything over that, you're gonna choke your guts out. But these are nice. I'm gonna order these wholesale from China and resell them. So that's kind of like a little side hustle I have. Hell yeah, man. I wish him the best. It's just about the size of a 9-volt battery, which is cool because I like the stealth factor and the fact that it fits in your pocket good. Yeah, got this little jewel case and shit. See, I can get these for like $6 for that whole vape pen battery. And I know I can sell them for a lot more than $6. And then like the E-Leaf Mini, you got your fancy little box and all that crap. See, I take these like this Enjoy here and take the empty all the stuff out of it and then refill it with my oil, and that looks just like everything else walking around. I always heard it had something to do with the stripe and stuff, but I've never really got the chance to grow around here because of the restrictions being so severe. They caught me growing on my land. They'll take my property, my house, my cars, everything I own. So it's just not been worth the risk. Yeah, well, I didn't want to say anything, but that's what I lost the $500 trying to obtain. I was re-upping on my oil supply, but instead somebody gonna rip off somebody that's in my kind of condition. It pisses me off even worse. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Uh, when I know 100%, I'll tell you. But right now, this, like I said, I'm hoping just all the bullshit excuses I've heard has just been somebody not wanting to go ship. Not that they plan on ripping me off completely, but it's been over a week now and nothing's happened, so I'm not really holding much hope. I thought about putting this on a giveaway, guys. I don't know how, it's not really pyro related. I don't know what you guys think about like Star Wars stuff, like these titanium series Millennium Falcon. I thought about putting it on a giveaway. See, what I want to do is spot like different pyro channels each week and have a giveaway for them and try to help you guys build up some of your subscribers that want to. Some people don't care. I was going to do it for Pyro Dude, and he's like, "No, man." He's like, "Don't do that." I'm like, "All right." So I think I'm going to try to do the first one for KV. Since he hooked me up and everything with all that pyro, maybe a little something, a small gesture. for not footer. Yeah, I'd like to fix your computer for you. The only problem with that is getting it. Unfortunately, you can't find anybody that can ship a computer delicately because I built a guy one on a YouTube completely, for free. Built him a really nice high performance gaming system, glass case, the whole 9 yards. Looks really nice. Sent it to him, and by the time it got there, they had destroyed it in shipping. The video card had actually ripped the slot completely off the motherboard because they had dropped it, I guess. And where it was a large video card, it just ripped it completely off the board. It has insured and everything like that, and they wouldn't cover it because they said it was a glass computer, and if they had dropped it that hard, it would have broke the glass. That was their reasoning behind not covering it. And I'm like, it's bullshit. I was like, this card inside is heavy, and that sudden stop from being dropped probably from about waist high is what caused this thing to happen. But you're not going to get anywhere with them. They done made up their mind they wasn't going to pay $2,000 for this computer that they destroyed. And something that I built for somebody for free. So I had already had a shit ton of money wrapped up in the thing. And I told him, I'm like, man, I'll fix it for you, but you're going to have to buy the parts if you want it fixed. And that was 6 months ago, so I don't know. Yo, the guy was in his stream and he was having computer problems. And I told him, I'm like, man, I can hook you up. I can fix your computer, dude. Don't worry about it. He thought I was just, like your average YouTuber talking bullshit that they never actually do. But no, it took me about 3 or 4 months, but I built him a nice one. Goes back to, it was like I was talking earlier about keeping a person's word. Believe me, I wish I hadn't opened my mouth during that experience, but I had, so I had to stick with it. Yeah. Could always send in the spy egg. Check his little out. It's a little flame egg, and it's got a camera in the middle of it. And you can make this thing to where it'll orbit around you in like a 15-foot circle and film you. And as you're walking around, and you don't even have to control it, it'll just hover around you and do a 360 and film as you walk around. So that's cool. It's weird looking little thing, but cool as hell. Oh, what's up, Randy Matthews? Oh, by the way, JJ, you ever get that little drone that you won last week off the ground? Did you manage to fly it any? Because when you get ready, you can move up to stuff like that. GPS enabled drone and stuff like that. Them things are awesome. That'll fly for 30 minutes on a single charge, which is cool. Brushless motors and stuff are really powerful. It'll lift about 5 pounds. Might have to sell some of my drones to make up for my loss that I took. I got one back here, but all you can see is its eyeballs. It kind of looks like a crab. Then I got a whole table of stuff like that. I got a case of anime plushies, which are really weird looking little anime characters, like in the plushie form. I'm gonna put those suckers on eBay and resell those bad boys. I like to buy and resell, it's kind of my side hustle and stuff. If I can find a good deal on something. That's how I ended up with Well, some of these drones and stuff I bought wholesale and take and sell them and stuff at markets and swap meets and shit like that. And I usually keep one or two. Like at one time, I had like 100 of these little guys, these little remote control pocket cars and stuff. Let's just say, Randy, I got ripped off for about $500. Oops, and the egg goes flat. This is my favorite one, though. Old Dusty. That's the X380 Detect. And the GPS and stuff like that is so rock solid on this drone. You can park it in a 20-mile-an-hour wind, and the GPS will hold it right there. And you can put the remote down, go in the house, burn down, come back, and drone's still sitting where you left it. Very cool drone. I got two of those because I liked it so much. The first one I fly the hell out of. The second one I try to keep, in mint condition. But I've got so many drones. Shout out to old Pyro Bear 420. Yep. And we have the Cheerson CX20. Now this is a true drone here. I can program it from my laptop and turn it loose, and it'll fly whatever I programmed it to fly around the town and come back. I mean, if you wanted to, you could literally send one of these after a bag and it would bring it back to you, which I think is cool. Hold on just a second, guys. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just moving stuff around. That's my Nerf rocket launcher. My MLRS, multiple launch rocket system. Yeah, where'd the remote go? I was going to shoot the things. Yeah. Oh, crap. I feel like crap. It's physically draining to actually get pissed off for me. It actually takes something out of me, I didn't get enough toys as a child. fire these rockets, I'll never find them again. Helicopter, you see. My helicopter. Dude, I've got a, oh shit, 2 remote control Humvee trucks that have airsoft cannons on the back. And those are pretty cool. They actually hit hard enough to dent a car, so I wouldn't want to shoot myself with it. Oh, I love to fly drones, helicopters. I started flying remote control helicopters, and back in the day, like 6-channel helicopters were crazy confusing on being able to control them. So when I finally started flying drones, when they came out, it was like piece of cake. The first one I touched, I was like, I can't believe it. It flies itself. But that was from flying remote control helicopters. You have like 6 or 7 channels to keep up with at one time. I mean, the one I had, well, I'd worked my way up to like a Honeybee King 2 with the brushless motor and stuff. You could actually fly this one upside down, and I was trimming the grass in the yard with it. Oh, it's just a small fraction. They have like, I just have a problem with space because of all this crap. Throw it a bunch of cases of pyro on top of that. Check this one out. I always thought it was kind of cool. It's an anglerfish. And it's a girl. You know how I know it's a girl? Because only the girl anglerfish looks that way. Big, ugly, scary, giant mouth, teeth, all that good shit. For years, they couldn't figure out why, because these live so deep in the ocean. They couldn't figure out why they never found or caught a male anglerfish. Everyone that they always brought up was female. And come to find out, the male anglerfish is a teeny tiny little fish that looks completely different. And they actually burrow themselves into the side of the female. And they live there like a parasite. And that's how they reproduce and everything. Almost looks like a little bud sticking out of the female fish. I thought it was interesting that there'd be such a difference in species, Let's see. Oh, what? About dud recovery vehicle. What the hell is it making that noise for? This is what I used to go get the duds and stuff that don't go off. The fireworks that don't fire safely. But the hydraulics are letting down in it, as you can see, really slowly. It's making this crazy whistling noise. Sounds like a broke dude in the hood. What? Yeah. We have alien fireworks in, I know there's one in North Carolina. This is one of my favorites here. The X-Wing. Check this out. Every time you take the lid off, you get something different. And it's me playing with my toys. Trying to get in a better mood. And I feel a little bit better. Trucks are bad. Okay, what am I missing here? Hey, Dangerous Curse. No long time, no see. How you doing? Yeah, Luke, I'm not the father. Like a Jerry Springer episode or something. Like I said, our pyro group's a pretty close knit, good bunch of people. I always enjoy bullshit with these guys. We've been doing this for a while now. Oh, that's right. You did go to the beach. Did you have a good time? Cool. Yeah, out there surfing in a hurricane. I've done that before. My Halloween collection is strong. I've got all kinds of Halloween collections in here. I got a cool idea the other day at a flea market. It's like a 6 foot tall ghost that lights up, and it's just a sheet with like a almost like look like a dress form underneath it, and it's got a platform that it sits on like a Roomba, and it's one of them bump and goes, so it kind of glides across the floor, and when it hits something, it turns around and goes the other way. It's one of them bump and go toys from like the late 70s. I collect Halloween stuff. Most people would think of the 4th of July would be my favorite holiday, but it's actually Halloween. I thought about putting something like that in a giveaway, but I don't know if it would fit my clientele. Actually, it's like an MP3 speaker or something, Oh, I've got digital projectors. I do, well, I'm tinkering with 3D projection mapping with digital projectors where you can wrap something around an object. It's a really cool effect. If you haven't seen it before, look it up on YouTube. 3D projection mapping. You can do some awesome stuff with it. I've got some projectors ready for that. And then I have smoke machines and all kinds of other shit for Halloween. Yeah, that's from one of the Transformer movies. I think it's from Bumblebee. I'm not sure. I see stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that's cute. It's on sale or whatever. I might use it for a giveaway or something like that later on. But I'm like, most pyro guys, it's more of a cute thing than a firework thing. I just like robots. Yeah, I enjoyed taking my daughter back and getting into Halloween and stuff like that. But I always went all in for holidays and stuff like that with her. But she'd usually have like 3 or 4 Easter baskets. I always just enjoyed that kind of stuff. Yeah, and they're only little ones. Now my little girl's going to turn 18 on October 5th. She'll be going off to college soon. That bugs me. I mean, I'm proud of her and everything, and I'm happy. But when your only child leaves home, it's still sad. you know, Time goes by quick. It really does. But to me, she'll always be about 3 feet tall, toddler. That's what I see when I look at her. That's what I always see. You know. I got some of these to do for Halloween giveaways. Like a skull with a rose in a jar. It's got LEDs and stuff in it that lights up. I've got a few of these that I'm going to do some giveaways with in October. Meant to do it last year, but I never got off my ass and actually done the giveaways. I'm like, well, giveaways next year. I got so lucky with my little girl being such a good kid that I never wanted another child because I knew the next one would probably be Satan. Yeah. It'd be like the one on Robot Chicken, the humping robot. Oh, I'll remind you when I get ready to do the giveaway. Make sure you enter it. Oh shit. A chunk of lunch. I think I have 2 or 3 of them. I'm not sure. It's either 2 or 3. But I have a few other little things and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to turn that thing off. If I can put this somewhere where it didn't get broke. I'm running out of space in here. I'm gonna have to declutter. Well, I have been decluttering actually. It's just after the holidays and most of the fireworks and stuff moved out. Now I got to find stuff to places to put everything else through the winter. Oh, when I get my yard and stuff set up, I'm gonna do a video of it and film it. All right, Lucy, daughter of the devil. Damien up. Shit. Yeah, Labor Day. I've got, pretty good pyro amount to do that. I'm gonna try to do a little shoot if I can get any people together and to do one. That's the hard thing. Now that everybody's spread so far apart, and my different friends, different jobs, different schedules, and whatnot, and it's hard to get anybody together to do anything anymore. That's just the way things are, I guess. Oh, now you know somebody that does. A weird, weird, weird cartoon anyway. Most people that watch stuff like that are people that like to smoke weed and stay up late. That's kind of what that stuff's designed for. My daughter made me this birthday card, which I thought was cool. Consider it's got all the fireworks and stuff on it. My little my little girl's really creative. She's a good artist. I got one here from Pyro Dude somewhere. He sent me a birthday card. That was cool of him. You taking out? Ah, anytime, Mother Nature, you're welcome to come here and hang out with us, guys. There you go. I mean, I'm not the most exciting bunch, that's for sure. I think Green Bay Wacky was trying to tell me the other night I was boring. I was like, damn it, really? I know that. These are cool. Alright, you gotta stop. Put you over there in timeout. Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad I could help it go by a little bit quicker for you, bro. Let me see what else I got to play with in here. My pyromatic boxes. Let's see what we got in here. A lot of plastic bags for some reason. These little things are a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys play with these or not, but they're these little toy guns, right? And you get these packs of different shells and stuff, little plastic shells that load in them. Some of them are flares that'll go out and explode like a firecracker, and then some of them will just, be like a different color flare. It's actually a fun little toy with a different variety of bullets that you can get. And then you can get the refill kits. The only problem with it is it's like really unreliable. You might have to pull the trigger 10 times to get 6 shots to go off right. But it's still a pretty cool idea. I did a demo on one of them last year, man. It's on my channel. And then I done a demo on one that I modified, and that didn't work out too well. That was the end of that gun, and most of the hair on that one hand. However, it did a little too much, and when I fired it, it fired all 6 cylinders at once. It chain fired, and it was just like a big glob of fire coming out the end of the gun. It blew the end of the plastic gun off and caught the hair on my hand on fire. But other than that, it's fine. Yeah. Not lately. Um, I will. I'll take it with me to borrow if I can remember. Oh, that would be cool. I haven't seen the double barrel one. I've got another type of toy gun like that that shoots these plastic revolver cylinders, and it shoots confetti and stuff out of it. And it's 100% more reliable than that gun that I just showed you, but the shells aren't as cool. Just one hand though, just one hand. Well, my film work is not the greatest, but I'm literally standing on a little ledge on the side of a hill running from explosives. So, there's that to take into account. That, and it's hard to, some of this shit's hard to track to see exactly where it's going to blow up at in the dark sky with a camera. But I do the best I can. That and my equipment suck. Let's just go with that. Yeah, that's probably why you don't see them around that much. Of course, with all the craziness going on in the world right now, toy guns aren't really a fashionable thing to have with all the psychopaths and shit. Who knows about that whole situation? There's definitely something wrong with the world. Damn it. Let's come through here like a black bear. Can't turn around in here without knocking something off the shelf. I think I've already got the basement full. I'm a pack rat. Oh, damn. You're lucky you didn't get shot, man. Yeah. Or God forbid be, brown or black, and you wouldn't have never survived. You've guys seen these, haven't you? I like the graphics and stuff. That's pretty cool. These things are awesome too. I don't know if it was worth reaching into the shelf to get it though. Get up in there. Get back in your home. Damn. You gotta be careful. A nervous cough will kill you in a heartbeat. Yeah, next thing you know, you'll be up on the chimney shit, or up on the roof shitting down the chimney. What was that from? Or like Mickey Rennie's Crazy Bills or some shit. Yeah, that's the way I try to do it. There's nothing I can do about the way other people live their lives. The only person that I'm responsible for is my own actions. Yeah. Indeed. I think these firecrackers are really funny here because they're made in China, but you can't tell me that's not racist. I mean, look at the picture on there. That's racist as hell. But the Chinese made them, so they're like being racist towards themselves. I don't know. The trans look on that. Holy fuck crackers. Cool. Just a little up. Well, I mean the whole self racism thing is kind of funny or strange. Let's put it that way. Really? I guess they see them as being lower class. I mean, what happens to your comments, man? How are you? I see them just fine. Damn. Finding firecrackers. I didn't even know I had it. These are the bomb crackers. I don't think I've lit any of these. Seen have several packs of them though. Yeah, no doubt. Although these millennial kids, I'm really concerned about more than anything because they don't know how to do anything. After the people that take care of them are gone, only knows God knows what happened to them. Yeah, that's subject to the show. think the artwork on this pack is pretty cool. Maui, man. Another pack of them Safe and Sane Boomers. There you go. Some Uzi crackers. And then your cherry bombs. Yeah, I'm bored. Sorry, guys. I mean, we can talk about anything you fellas want. I'm just sitting there going through random shit. I do find it kind of disturbing that we buy our car insurance and all this other stuff from cartoon characters. I mean, the shit's cute, granted, but it kind of worries me about our civilization when all the sales things that are selling it to us are imaginary lizards and whatnot. Well, man, I'm sorry. I'm just not that entertaining, bro. But, I try. Then the most dangerous firework of all, the penny pack. Check out these time guys. These are actually really loud firecrackers to be so tiny. I used to get accused of dyeing my hair blonde when I'd go back to school at the end of the summer because my hair would go from brown to blonde. And I'm like, no, my hair just changes colors. And you would not believe the amount of people that just couldn't understand that. I'm like, I'm a dude. I don't dye my hair. And even if I did, it ain't your business. But, I'd have to hear that shit every year. Yeah. I try not to be. Let's put it that way. I could always pull out like this behemoth and stuff. It might improve my video quality. Yeah, mine goes really blonde, almost like it did look like I'd dye my hair, but I couldn't believe I'd have to hear that shit. Oh, it'd be cool to take one of them little short buses and put like a giant big block engine and something, have a supercharger and shit in there, and have it like a hot rod short bus. That'd be cool. That would look badass. I probably. I've even watched North Korean cartoons. Fox, shit. What is it? Squirrel and Wolf or Squirrel and Badger? North Korea actually has this really, really political cartoon. The Americans are portrayed as military wolves in the cartoon, and they're trying to destroy the little innocent forest creatures that are the North Koreans. It's actually true. God, Miss Frizzle. I can see that. I can see that, Mother Nature, because Miss Frizzle was fucking high. She was. Ain't nobody wear socks like that without being ripped. Yeah. I can see it down there in Georgia, man, where you're at, man. You might as well equip that bitch with some auto cannons and maybe some guns and stuff on it. That'd be cool. Oh, that's good. Definitely good to laugh. Damn. Damn. Well, it's been my experience as a heavy smoker that my short-term memory shot to shit. I lose stuff on holding it in my own hands. But my long-term memory is awesome. Damn, got a repossessed memory. God, it reminds me of something Green Bay Wacky would be singing. The frizzle, the hizzle. I told him I got a song I got for it, but he wouldn't listen to it. Let's see. I'll have to sing it here in a minute if I can get the nerve to do it without laughing my ass off. It's not that funny. It's just embarrassing trying to sing something into a microphone. Honestly, don't know how people like Green Bay gets up there and is free enough to get that crazy and wacky and not care. Because I envy that to a degree. Because I just can't do that. It's just one of those little shorts, like him. Let me see if I can remember. I'm gonna poop on you. Yep, that's the name of the song. I'm gonna poop on you. The mood seems to have shifted in there. I thought it was just me, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was in there for like I don't know how many times I told different people, "Hey, what's up?" They didn't even acknowledge my existence. I'm like, all right. I don't expect to hold the presses or anything, but hey, hello, that's just common courtesy. Oh hell, I missed it, man. Take her easy, night. You'll have to play that Devil May Cry 5. I've got into that game. It's pretty sweet. The only knock I got on it, it's a little too easy. Cause I'm gonna poop on you. Yes, it's true. I'm gonna cover you in feces. I'm gonna cover you in poop. Ooh, ooh. I can't remember the rest. You remember the Weird Al Yankovic and the fat. Your butt is right, the man is too. Just watch your mouth, I'll sell you. The word sounds, better treat him right. Cause he's a king of cellulite. Well, you can never use a phone booth, you can never see his toes. When he's going to the movies, he takes off 7 rows because he's fat. When he sits around the house, he really sits around the house. But at the beach, he's a lucky man. He's the only one who gets a tan. If he has one more chocolate out of the mold, he's gonna need his own zip code. We can never use a phone booth. He can never see his toes. There you go. A little bit got me laughing there. I'm just goofing off. But thanks. My Michael Jackson impression. Oh, I missed the. I swear it makes me feel old, but I miss the 90s, damn it. Oh yeah, you're still young. I got a few years on you. I'm not that much older. I feel like it though. I feel like I'm about 90. That's from this arthritis and shit. Only thing I can really equate it to is when I was younger, I had horses, and you'd have to put up hay and collect it out of the field and put up, a couple thousand bales of 75 pound or 100 pound bales of hay. And after you've done that for a couple of days, the way it made your body feel, how sore and shit you would be. Well, with this kind of arthritis, that's how you start the day, which really sucks. It's like somebody gave you an ass whoop before you even get out of bed. Yeah, it's been hard for me to come to terms with things. You always wonder. I guess I'd always wondered, like, what if you ever got like the serious conversation from your doctor about like how you'd handle it? And it's just, I don't know. It still messes with me, but it messed with me bad for about 6 months. But after that, you're just like, fuck it. It'll be what it'll be. Oh, no cat. No kidding. Some of the times I'll be typing something and I'll look back at what I said and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Mm. Oh, damn. That sucks. I hope you're doing all right now, though, right? Everything good? damn, that sucks. If you ever need an understanding person to talk to about it, I'm always here. That's cool. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about then. It'll really smack your person in the face for a while and mess with your mind. And I don't care who you are, but like, well, don't let it. Well, yeah, well, everybody has to come to terms with things on their own. But I will say that usually large amounts of THC helps a great deal, especially with attitude. That and eating. I lost over 100 pounds in a year, just no appetite. But I could smoke, and usually at least eat one good time a day. But when I don't, sometimes it'd be 2 or 3 days I ain't ate shit. And I'm like, damn, when you try to force yourself to eat, you don't have an appetite, then you just end up making yourself sick. So, yeah, just, yeah, I don't know. I kind of see it like a little kid, and almost it's like the biggest thing that concerns me about that is the shit that you'll miss, the stuff that you won't get to do, like the stuff I look forward to doing each year. I mean, I know that's a silly way to look at it, but it's it's like the ultimate form of detention. Yeah, I lost over 100 pounds actually. Yeah, well, that's why we have to make the time that we're here count, and I'm sure we're all guilty of not, making it count. But everybody has their own sets of beliefs and shit. But mine is this is it. This is all you get. So you better make it the best you possibly can, because I don't spend my life worrying about afterlife. Well, look at our buddy Pyro, dude. He's 44 years old, and his heart stopped on him. He died 3 times. He's lucky to even be here today. Very lucky. And I talked to him earlier, like the day before, perfectly normal, perfectly fine. Next night, Ray Ray's telling me that he's in the hospital and they don't think he's going to make it. I'm like, shit, what? It just amazes me how quickly things can go to shit. Oh, I'm not saying I know either way, just, my own personal belief. Also, it's got a lot to do with how much a person studies things too. I've also learned that there's a correlation between how much knowledge a person acquires and how much sorrow that knowledge develops. It's like the more you know, literally, the more unhappy a person will be. Yeah, it did. I had to lighten it back up. Let's see. Shit. Something funny. Something funny. God damn it. What ain't new? That's why we need like comic relief. Like, oh, there. Some people are just, you know, deep and ponder on such things. And some people never give it a second thought. I literally think the people that never give it a second thought's probably happier in the short term anyway. How about them Yankees? Yo, it's like my brother when we went to Carowinds in South Carolina. He didn't realize it, but he was wearing a New York Yankees t-shirt. And literally, he was getting dirty looks from people in the South from that fucking t-shirt. I'm like, really? Yeah, stop by the dispensary for me and grab me a few cases. Be careful, man, if you're going to head out for real. Remember, we were just talking about how easily things can go to shit. So, remember that. Act accordingly. She got this little guy. That one snuck up on me. You know what? I've been wanting to try some of that Kim dog I was reading about. That stuff sounded like it was absolutely crazy high. That's been the bad thing I had to say about them concentrates and stuff like that. Smoking that has just killed my tolerance, and for whatever reason, I'm not one of those people that can quit for a while and then regain some of my tolerance. It's like permanent for me. I've always had a real high tolerance of shit. Around here, it's ridiculous. I don't even buy the shit anymore around here because it's just not worth putting money down for. You never know what kind of crap you get, and I mean it's literally crap. Most of the time, it don't do anything for me anymore. So no point buying it. Not off these locals anyway. Damn, where did that shit go? Damn, man, that is that's rough. Sorry, I haven't, man. You never know what life's got in store for a person. From the highest high to the lowest low, we gotta ride it all. But definitely, people, be careful out there with all the craziness going on in the world. Keep your eyes open. What's going on around you? Because with all these crazy people flipping out and just going on shooting spree and stuff like that, if you pay attention to what's going on around you, that second or two that you might gain from paying attention could save you and your family's life. Because that's stuff a person has to think about in this day and age. You don't never know where you're going to end up in a situation like that. The way things are going and stuff like that's getting more and more common. That's why when I usually close out or leave a room, I always tell people, be safe out there, be careful, you know? Yeah, try to lead from example. I've got some seeds here. There's some shit that I had several years ago that I really, really liked. I think the guy called it, I think he said it was LSD or some kind of, I can't keep track of all the silly names. I just remembered it was one that I liked really, really well. I don't even know if the seeds are still viable after all these years. Mm, someday I might. It's just right now the risk of growing is too strong around here with the way they seize your property and stuff. That would be my luck. Of course, then it would be finally, legalized everywhere because I'd be literally the last guy that got busted for marijuana before nationwide legalization. It would probably happen later on that night. I appreciate it. Oh, believe me, doctors and stuff told me, I'll be first in line whenever they're able to actually give it to me. And I'm like, well, yep, that'd be nice. Just think about all the people that's not going to make it to 3 years that could benefit from that now. It's just because of people's greed, they're going to have to suffer to when they could have something to help them out. That's just messed up. There's still crazy people out there that think it's just like some crazy 1920 reefer madness. You're going to smoke a joint and go on a murdering and raping spree. They act like it's like crack or LSD or some shit. They have no idea what they're really talking about, but they'll condemn it all day long. I appreciate it. Same here. You guys are always welcome in my chat room. Talk about anything you want, anytime. If I can help somebody with anything, I'm more than glad to. But guys, I think I'm going to get off of here and go and get some AC because this front room is really, really hot. There's no air conditioning out. So, guys, take it easy. Have a good night. I appreciate all you hanging out with me and bullshitting. It's been good. Be careful out there, guys. Sounds like I need to go lift the dog back up on the couch anyway. Damn it. How do I minimize this crap?